Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, I want to show some love to GM Darren Mougey and talk about the three trades he has made so far as the New York Jets GM. We're obviously going to talk about the trade yesterday, Jarvis Brownley, Harrison Phillips, and Jowon Briggs. All three of those could be home run trades for our New York Jets. But before we dive into it, Mougey has definitely been active. I think it's been an up and down start to him being the New York Jets GM. Like, obviously, I didn't love the Brandon Stevens contract. I loved how he attacked NFL draft, and I've loved how he's been in the trade market so far. So, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Grade Darren Mougey as the Jets GM so far. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. If I had to give him a grade, I'd probably go around B, B plus. I really like the draft. I've really liked the trades, and free agency was okay. You had a hit, in my opinion, in Justin Fields, had a big time miss in Brandon Stevens. So I'd probably go B, B plus. But you guys, some of your thoughts down below. All right, so the trade yesterday that Mougey pulled off was absolute highway robbery. And it was them acquiring Jarvis Brownley Jr., CB from the Tennessee Titans, and a 2026 seventh-round pick for just a 2026 sixth-round pick. Now, I think it is always telling when you see how other teams' fan bases respond to a trade, and Titans fans were in shambles. Like, they drafted this guy in the fifth round, thought he was a diamond in the rough, and then you just trade him 2 seasons after that for a sixth-round pick. So Titans fans were upset, which is great news for Jets fans. And also, Jarvis Brownley Jr. is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL versus the run. That is undisputed. You go look at the PFF grades, you toss on the tape. This guy is absolutely fantastic, and he is just a hitter, man. He will come up. He will knock guys off their blocks. He will play the run extremely, extremely well. And this was just absolutely needed for the Jets. Like, you have gotten good production from Quinnen Williams in terms of stopping the run. The linebackers, Sherwood, and when Quincy Williams is in the lineup, they were great at stopping the run. But why have they been so bad overall as a defense against the run? It's because they're guys in the secondary. They haven't been tackling well. So bringing in this guy, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., should fix that major issue, at least just help that big-time issue in terms of just being a better tackling football team. Because right now, the most missed tackles in 2025 per team, the Jets are number 8. They have 35 missed tackles this year. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shockingly came in at number 1 at 41 missed tackles. Then you got the Raiders, the Rams, the Falcons, the Jags, the Broncos, then the Colts. But then you got the Jets right there at number 8, missing 35 tackles. And, Brownlee, like I was saying, the PFF grades don't lie in terms of him stopping the run. 83.5 overall grade. That's 4th in the National Football League in 128 snaps. This guy plays aggressive. He can hit. He can come up, just play the run at an extremely, extremely high level, and the Jets needed this. So I absolutely love this trade. And also, this is just great value. Like, this was a 5th-round pick, ended up working out, and then you traded a 6th-round pick for him. And it's not like Brownlee where it's like, oh, he's like a one-year rental guy, or he's like maybe 29, 30 years old. He's 24 years old. Like, this could be a key piece for this defense moving forward, and he just fits in nicely with this cornerback room. Now, obviously, Brandon Stevens has struggled a lot. But now you're going to mix in A.Z. Thomas a lot more. You got Brownlee in there, so you're feeling better about that cornerback 2 position. Now, Michael Carter has had a down-ish season, so maybe they try to put Brownlee in at the slot. And Sauce Gardner, he's been okay, but still expecting more out of Sauce, and I think he'll turn around and play better football than what he did last week against the Buccaneers. But I could also maybe see the Jets throwing to him as like some makeshift linebacker at some points. Now, he's only played 14 snaps this season at box safety, 1 in the slot. So maybe they try to rotate him in as a slot corner here and there or a box safety. I don't really think that's too likely. I think the biggest reason why they brought Brownlee in was to get rid of Brandon Stevens. He can't play anymore. He is that bad out there, and just that contract being a 3-year, $36 million deal, it is just a bad contract. Like, if you would have even signed him for a 2-year, $24 million deal, that would have been a lot better, but you can't really cut him this offseason unless you want to take on a whole lot of dead money. So I think this move was almost Mougey showing some self-awareness here, which is always great out of a GM because a lot of GMs, especially first-year guys, they'll make a move like signing a Brandon Stevens, and they can know right away that was not a good move, and they won't try to fix it. They'll try to almost double down on their wrong decision. But Mougey here, I wonder if this is him admitting, yeah, I messed up with Brandon Stevens. We don't, fully trust A.Z. Thomas to be that full-time starting corner next to Sauce Gardner just yet. So let's go bring in a guy like Brownlee. So I'll ask you guys this. Is Stevens cooked? Should he play again? I don't think he should. But I don't know. Maybe you guys are seeing something I'm not. But let me know your thoughts on that. Give me a Y for yes. Give me an N for no. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. All right, now I do want to go back and just revisit a couple of other moves by Darren Mougey. And I don't want to declare this guy the best, I'll say, late round pick swap trade GM in the league just yet, but the guy's been hot. And it started off, or this was actually the second trade after the Jowon Briggs trade, when they traded for Vikings defensive tackle Harrison Phillips. We were getting no reports of this. There was nothing coming out of Minnesota that they were willing to move off Harrison Phillips. We really heard nothing on the Jets front about them trying to trade for Harrison Phillips, but you're able to get him for 2 6-round picks, get Harrison Phillips and a 7th-round pick back, and also the Vikings were paying $3.4 million of his salary, so I think that's great value. And Harrison Phillips has just been exactly what we thought. Just a solid veteran defensive tackle. We needed that guy next to Quinnen Williams, and he's been just that. And he's been rotating in just nicely. Like, I also think Harrison Phillips, as he gets more, accustomed to playing next to Quinnen, playing next to these edge rushers, he'll even be better than what he's been so far. But still, you'll take this production out of a guy who you just gave up 2 6-round picks for, and then really the home run trade so far has to be Jowon Briggs. Jowon Briggs has been absolutely fantastic. I don't know what the Browns and the Titans are thinking in terms of giving up these guys, because they need just more talent on the team. Now, the Vikings had some, interest in trading Harrison Phillips because they had some young defensive tackles they wanted to play more. But, I mean, if you're a team like the Browns, if you're a team like the Titans, I don't know what they're doing making these trades. And you got Jowon Briggs for a 6th, 7th-round pick swap, and this guy's been one of the best defensive tackles in the league. His PFF grade, 14th overall out of 172 eligible defensive tackles, 79.5 overall grade. Pass rush, solid, been great against the run, and he's also played in a pretty hefty sample size, 77 snaps. So after seeing all these trades and kind of how Mougey and Glenn have been, navigating this roster, it is clear to me that Mougey and Glenn wanted to get their guys in the building because, you obviously taken over for a previous regime who, they drafted some good players, but it really just feels like the, back half of that 53-man roster. They wanted to rotate some of their guys out, get some of their guys in there, and that's how you do it. These 6th, 7th round, late pick swaps, some people just view them as, nothing burgers, but sometimes you land a Jowon Briggs. I think this Brownlee guy will work out, so I got to tip my cap to Darren Mougey, and let's show him some love because even though free agency, don't love that Brandon Stevens move, everything else he's done as a GM, I have supported, and I think it's going to end up working out. So let's show him some love. Type those DMs down below. And also, if you guys want to hit me up on Twitter for anything around the NFL or whatever it may be, hit me up over there. That's a handle at Pat Sieps, and we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.